I found out why my mom never wanted me to meet Grandpa. My whole life, my mom would never talk about her dad. Like, ever. All I knew was that Mason, my grandpa, existed somewhere, but whenever I'd ask about him, she'd get all weird and change the subject or say something vague like, we don't talk, or it's complicated and I just accepted it. Like, you don't question that stuff as a kid. But last month, I was helping clean out our old storage unit BC Mom's moving to a smaller place. And I found this locked metal box shoved way in the back behind all these Christmas decorations. It was heavy F, and when I asked Mom about it, she got this look on her face I've never seen before. Like panic mixed with anger, and just grabbed it from me and was like, that's private. Which obviously made me curious F. When Mom went to get us lunch, I found the key. It was taped under her jewelry box, lol, not very creative Mom, and opened it and OMG. It was filled with like dozens of cards and letters all addressed to me from Mason. Birthday cards for every single birthday since I was born. Christmas cards, even random thinking of you cards with little notes inside. Some had money still in them, and my mom had kept them all but never gave them to me. I literally sat there on the floor reading through them one by one, and it was like meeting a whole person who had been erased from my life. He wrote about how proud he was when I started kindergarten, and how he wished he could have been at my high school graduation. And the whole time I thought this man didn't care about me, but my mom had been hiding all of this from me my entire life. There was this one letter from when I was 16 that broke me. He wrote, I know you probably don't even remember who I am anymore, but I think about you every day. Your mother has her reasons, and I have to respect them, but I want you to know I've always loved you from afar. When my mom got back with the food, I just held up one of the cards and said, explain this, and she lost it. Like full-on screaming and crying, saying I had no right to go through her things and I didn't understand, and it was for my own protection, but wouldn't tell me what I needed protection from. I took some of the cards home with me, and there were all these references to someone named Tina and something that happened years ago. I remembered my mom had this old friend named Tina she doesn't talk to anymore, so I did some internet stalking and found her on Facebook and just messaged her like, hi, you don't know me, but I'm Mom's name's daughter and I'm trying to understand some family history. Tina actually called me and was super surprised to hear from me. Apparently she and my mom had a falling out like 15 years ago. When I asked about my grandpa Mason, she got really quiet and was like, have you talked to your Aunt Marge about this? Which I hadn't even thought of. BC, my Aunt Marge lives across the country and we only see her like once every few years. So I called Aunt Marge and just laid it all out. The box, the cards, everything. There was this long silence and then she just sighed and said, your mother swore us all to secrecy, but you're an adult now and you deserve to know. Apparently when my mom was 22, she met my dad at this lake house party that Tina threw. They had this whirlwind romance and got engaged after only 3 months. Grandpa Mason freaked out and told my mom she was making a huge mistake, that my dad seemed off and was hiding something. Mom thought he was just being overprotective, and they had this massive fight where she told him if he couldn't support her choice, then he wasn't welcome in her life. She cut him off completely, wouldn't take his calls, returned his letters. Then 6 months after they got married, Mom found out she was pregnant with me. And then she found out my dad had another whole-ass girlfriend in another city who was also pregnant. Turns out he was living this double life and lying to everyone. Mom was devastated, but her pride wouldn't let her go back to Grandpa Mason and admit he was right. She was so embarrassed and ashamed. She divorced my dad, who I've barely seen since I was 2, but she still wouldn't reconcile with her dad, even though he kept reaching out. According to Aunt Marge, Grandpa Mason would send these cards and gifts to me through her, hoping someday my mom would give them to me. He never stopped trying to be part of my life, but my mom's pride was too strong. I called my mom after talking to Marge and she just broke down sobbing on the phone, confirmed everything, said she was trying to protect me from false hopes, since my dad had disappointed me so much, but I think she was really protecting herself from having to face her mistake. The worst part? I googled Mason's name after all this and found his obituary. He died 3 months ago. I could have met him. All these years I could have known him, but now it's too late.